Hi, I don't get it. I'm not sick, but I'm exhausted all the time. Can you help me?
All right, let me ask you something. Are you sleeping enough, but still waking up tired? Drinking coffee, but it barely works? Finding it hard to start things you used to handle easily?
Yes.
Good. That tells me something important. You probably don't have an energy problem. You may have a prediction problem. When your brain decides your day is fully predictable, it reduces how much drive it gives you. So before we try to boost your energy, let's look at why your brain turned it down. Come behind the counter with me. All right, I'll explain it to you the same way I would across the pharmacy counter. First, if you feel tired all the time, we still rule out medical causes. Poor sleep, anemia, thyroid issues, vitamin deficiencies, uncontrolled blood sugar. Those are common and important. But many people come back with normal tests and they still feel mentally exhausted. In those cases, the problem is often not energy production, it's energy regulation. Your brain doesn't spend effort continuously. It decides when effort is worth the cost. And one of the main signals it uses is dopamine. Dopamine is not mainly a pleasure chemical, it's a motivation signal. It tells the brain this is worth paying attention to. Invest energy here. Your brain constantly predicts what is about to happen. Then it compares the prediction with reality. If something turns out better or more interesting than expected, dopamine rises. If it's exactly what you expected, dopamine stays neutral. If it's worse, then dopamine drops. This difference is called reward prediction error. And here's why you care. The amount of dopamine activity directly influences how easy it feels to start tasks, think clearly, and stay focused. Now think about your life a few weeks after starting something new. At the beginning, you wake up easier, you focus longer, you don't feel drained. Nothing magical happened to your metabolism. Your brain just didn't know what to expect yet. New environment equals higher dopamine. Signaling equals more mental energy. Later, once everything becomes familiar, your brain predicts the day almost perfectly. Prediction error drops. Dopamine signaling drops. So the brain reduces effort allocation. You feel that as fatigue, not sleepiness, not weakness, just resistance. The brain uses about 20% of your body's energy while resting. It is constantly trying to avoid wasting fuel. If the day looks predictable and safe, it saves resources. That's why you can scroll on your phone for 40 minutes and feel tired, even though you barely moved. Your brain quickly learns the pattern of the content. No new information implies low dopamine, implies low alertness. But if you start learning a new skill or solving a challenging problem, you suddenly feel awake again. Same body, same calories, different prediction. So what can you actually do about it? First, don't try to fix this with more stimulation. More videos, more notifications, more caffeine only raises the baseline your brain expects. Then normal life feels even flatter. Instead, you want controlled novelty. Change difficulty slightly, not dramatically. Make tasks just uncertain enough that your brain can't run them on autopilot. For example, work in a different location once in a while. Change the order of your routine. Learn a small new part of a skill each day. Have conversations that require thinking, not just reacting. Your brain reacts strongly to manageable challenge, not chaos. Second, break predictable blocks of time. If every day looks identical, your brain predicts the entire afternoon by morning. Add a short, unfamiliar activity in the middle of the day, even 10 minutes. And alertness often improves more than a second coffee. Third, reduce constant microdopamine. Short-form content, rapid scrolling, constant checking, trains the brain to expect novelty every few seconds. After that, normal tasks feel biologically understimulating. You don't have to remove it completely. Just create periods where your brain has to generate interest instead of receiving it. Fourth, watch chronic stress. If your brain perceives ongoing pressure or lack of control, it shifts into protection mode. Protection mode suppresses exploration. Low exploration means low dopamine activity, and that feels like exhaustion. So sometimes the solution isn't pushing harder, it's reducing background tension, clearer plans, defined stopping times, fewer open loops in your day. What this means for you: your fatigue may not be a lack of energy. It may be your brain deciding extra energy isn't necessary. You don't fix that with discipline alone. You fix it by giving the brain a reason to engage again. Small uncertainty, small challenge, real variation. So when you feel that heavy resistance starting a task, don't immediately assume you're lazy. Ask a different question. Has my brain already predicted this day from beginning to end? Because when everything feels known, the brain conserves. When something feels possible, it invests. So if you're feeling exhausted all the time, let's slow down for a moment. It might not be that you're low on energy. It might be that your brain just isn't seeing a reason to use it. When every day feels the same, the brain goes into saving mode. But when something is a little new or a little challenging, it switches back on. You don't need a big life overhaul. Just change one small thing. Try one small challenge. Sometimes that's enough to help your brain and your energy pick back up. If this helped you, and you're curious of more tips on how your brain and body work together, tap subscribe for more tips from your pharmacist.